Hello everyone, welcome in my house. Here it's April, but it's still cold, so the fireplace is needed. We had snow on the mountain near here. There is also hot tea and some cookies. This one is an old mimeograph, I think from 1920s. I didn't find any information on the web about this model. It's a very interesting German device with an ingenious system for doing the copies, different from the other mimeograph of that period. I will do a presentation and I will show how it works. It's very interesting. Also, if you already know the mimeographs, could be you have never seen something like this. It was produced by Kramer in Elberfeld. The line below means Company for Office Supplies, and the phone number is 3036. At those times, it seems that there were only 3000 telephones in all Germany. No prefix was needed. The model is Triumph, written with wonderful calligraphy. On the side, there is a blocking for the handle. Could be useful during transportation. Now, if you agree, I will explain how to use this mimeograph and why it's made like this. Mimeographs are very interesting machines. They were the copiers of the beginning of last century. If you also want more information on the mimeographs, I recommend the blog Mimeograph Revival by Wendy, a great source of information. I leave the link in the comments. The use of a mimeograph is based on the stencil, that is a sheet of paper coated in wax. The coating of the wax makes the paper impermeable to the ink. With a stylus, while you write on the stencil, you remove the wax coating, making it permeable to the ink in the points where you write on. You see that it's transparent. It's because in these points the wax coating has been removed. In fact, there are many micro perforations. So, in the points where I wrote, the stencil is permeable to the ink. At this point, with the traditional flat mimeograph, you should take some ink and put it on a plate. You have to ink the roller. Then you pass the roller over the stencil and you add your copy. Not bad, it's faster and it works very well, but the chance of getting ink on your hands and around the table are very high. Let's see what can do this mimeograph. It has an interesting and probably unique design. The top part opens with these two hooks. The lid goes up. There are these two springs that push it up. This is blotting paper. Here is where you place the stencil. The wire is used to block the stencil. Also, these numbered metal strips keep the stencil in place. There are some numbered indicators to help in placing the paper in the correct position on the frame. They can move along the frame, so you have the reference for placing the paper on the stencil where it's needed. There are two rays on the sides. There is also an old stencil still here. Should be removed. This is the frame of the mimeograph. It's something that all the flat mimeographs have in common. It is made by a frame, usually in wood, and a screen made of material permeable to the ink. As it always happens with old mimeographs, the screen of the frame is damaged and full of old ink. It should be substituted, but spare parts are difficult to find. It can substituted also with non-woven fabric or nylon mesh fabric with very thin holes. I will do in one of next videos. The interesting part is the lower part inside the mimeograph. Also here there are two hooks to open it. Inside there is a plate and a roller. If you remember, a plate and the roller were the same I used with the other traditional mimeograph. Here the plate for the ink and the roller are inside the mimeograph. The roller is damaged. It's too old. It becomes solid. It's not possible to use it. With this handle you move the rod with the roller back and forth. The roller moves on two rails, so to ink itself while passing on the plate and ink also the frame upwards. On the other side of the frame will be placed the stencil. Here a particular with the blocking mechanism we saw before and the rails for the roller. So on this plate it's where must be placed the ink. You can rotate the plate with the ink via this lever. You can do it once in a while, so the ink will be more uniform on the roller. So it works like this. You put some ink on the plate, you close the lower part, and open the upper part. Here you have to place the stencil. You block it with a wire and these other two numbered metal strips. You can regulate it moving these sliders. There is a spring at every side. I place a sheet of paper on top of it. Then I close the lid. The operator had to move the roller via this handle some time, so to ink both the roller and the screen from downside. For this video I only want to show how it works this particular device. In one of the next videos I will do some maintenance, change the roller, the frame, and I will do some copies. I think keeping the roller inside is a good idea. There is less risk of making a mess. It's a pity that this idea didn't have success. It is probably more complex to build and therefore more expensive. If you are interested, there are many videos in this channel on how to use these old devices. So also for this time, that's all. Have a nice day.